My name is Anjali Vaya, and I'm the Vice President of the Indian American Chamber of Commerce. I am excited to be presenting iVote, the parade of candidates for the upcoming election cycle for 2022. Our primary election date is August 23rd, and early voting starts August 8th through August 21st. iVote, the Parade of Candidates, is an informative channel that the Indian American Chamber of Commerce is presenting for its members and for our community to give the candidates an opportunity to discuss their platforms and for all of us to learn more. A quick disclaimer before we start: the iVotes and the Parade of Candidates views and opinions are those of the presenter and do not necessarily reflect the policy or the position of the Indian American Chamber of Commerce. Its format is simple. We have 4 questions that are the same and universal that will be asked of each candidate. Today, I am honored to be presenting Mr. Khalid Muneer, who is qualified, congratulations, and running for Congressional District 10. Our first question, Khalid, for you is, why did you seek to run for this office?
Well, first of all, thank you so much to the Indian American Chamber of Commerce for hosting this. And as you know, I have been associated with your chamber for over a decade. And thank you for what you do in supporting the local small businesses. And you were very helpful in during the COVID also in getting finance to small businesses through the PPP program and educating them what's available out there. So that kept a lot of the businesses floating. So to your question that why I am running, right now I'm running for District 10 congressional seat because the economy is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
We are facing very high fuel prices, gasoline prices, and there are issues from all sides which are attacking our freedom. You've seen recently that the 2 main issues, which is women's reproductive rights and more and a safer gun control, are the issues that have been dominating. But to me, the most important issue is the economy, because I have lived through the 1970s when inflation was in double digits. We had the mortgage rate go up to 18%, and businesses had to borrow at 20%. So with my 17 years in banking and 30 years in businesses, I know how to fix this economy.
And Mr. Muneer, what do you think makes you the best qualified for this seat?
Well, Anjali, I have been here in Central Florida for 30 years. I have served in a lot of leadership roles, including on the executive committee of the Orlando Economic Development Commission and as president of various chambers of the Asian American Chamber and a number of other chambers. So right now, you need somebody who has experience, business experience, in order to guide, in order to. I care deeply for my country and I care deeply for my community. So with my financial background and with my connections to the community and the leaders, I think I am the best candidate in order to deal with the struggling economy and to support our president in Washington, who wants to take this economy out of this recessionary situation ASAP.
Mr. Muneer, what would you do if elected? What would your top 3 priorities be as you, if elected and as you go to DC advocating for the businesses and the community?
Anjali, we're still coming out of the COVID situation. So we have number 1 priority would be to make sure that the businesses that have survived, they are provided with adequate financial help. And if there's another similar crisis, that we are there, the government is there to help and provide the liquidity that is necessary. So my number 1 priority would be to support this businesses, small businesses, because small businesses, they form the core of your core of our business world. Secondly, we've seen that what's happening to our freedoms, they're being eroded day by day. The recent Roe v. Wade case showed that our freedoms are under attack, and we don't know what is going to be the next. The Supreme Court has already made it clear that now they're going to move on to some of the other issues. This is very sad. After 50 years of protection for the women, we come to a stage where they no longer have choice about their bodies. The third issue that is very important is the responsible gun ownership. When you have 2 years and 10-year-olds shooting guns, it is time to take a serious look. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. This is an American issue. And we should be prepared to face the hard facts and take measures so our citizens are protected. I don't want my grandson to say I'm not going to school because I'm afraid of what is waiting for me at school. Because you had gun violence in school over a period now, and it doesn't seem to get any better.
So my fourth question is a fun question, as well as I'll allow you to make some closing remarks as well. The fourth question is, I know that you are familiar, we have seen you around attending some of our events. What would you say are some of the best parts of the Indian culture on its food, its flair? What do you like the best for our viewers?
I like the culture. When you talk about culture, the three most important ingredients in a culture is the music, and costumes. And I think myself, coming from the Indian subcontinent, of course, my grandparents moved from India to Pakistan after the partition, and my wife's family, some of them still live in India. The most fun part is if you ask me what my favorite dishes are, I love biryani. Mhm. And I love the music, the Bollywood music, of course. We grew up in that kind of environment, so it is very difficult to not like it. And of course, our very colorful ladies dressing in a very colorful saris and kurtas and so on. And that's what makes it fun to attend all the Indian American Chamber events. Especially, congratulations on your upcoming gala, and I wish you every
Thank
success
you.
in that. And I have attended quite a few of those in the past, and I have very fun memories of attending some of your Indian American Chamber events over the last decade. For example, when I look back, you bought Miss America
Yes.
here in 2014. That was Nina Duri. That was really good. You have the India Day event every year, and I was a silver sponsor 2 years ago. So it's your events are fun. They're educational, and they are educational in the sense that other member groups get to know about our culture and how rich our culture is. Of course, our culture goes back to thousands of years old. When you talk about our favorite dish, biryani, that's a 500-year-old dish.
Yes.
Uh,
Well, I'd like to thank you for joining us today, and I'd like for you to also add some closing remarks on how our members and our community can support you and help you in this election year. So I'll let you discuss that on what your channels are and how we can get a hold of you.
Thank you. Well, I just want to communicate a message to you, to our community. Of course, I am from India, Pakistan subcontinent. We don't have any congressman from the continent in Washington right now. So we don't have anybody who can take our message across to Washington, our needs, what we face. Of course, we've had a lot of issues in the last 2 years with the COVID. Violence against Asian American has been continuously on the rise. So we have to deal with issues that are specific to us as well as the general issues. So my message is, once again, I'm Khalid Muneer, and as your next congressman, as a fresh start with a brand new district, and it's been redistricted. If you vote for me and get me elected, you will see the results. I will be the hardest working congressman this district has ever seen. I will be a congressional district to congressman. And my biggest priority would be constituent services, which I think are lacking at the moment. Accessibility to elected officials is my number one priority. So thank you to
Thank you.
IACC, and I look forward to your vote and your support.
Thank you, Khalid Muneer. And again, if you would like to learn more about him, you can visit him on www.khalidmuneer.com. And also feel free to message him on our social media portals. I'm sure he looks at them. Again, we wish you the very best, Mr. Muneer. And thank you for joining us. And we look forward to having you on our next session in the Parade of Candidates, as this will be a weekly session, and you'll be learning so much more about the candidates in the upcoming 2022 elections. Thank you.